Hello, hello, hello to everyone. Welcome to our evening stream. When I say our, I mean mine, because I'm the only one here at Disneyland. Marina is off visiting the grandbaby, so you guys got me solo tonight. You got the B team, which I'll do my best. I did a little bit of planning tonight. Let me turn this around so you guys can see how serious I am. You guys got serious, Chris. Actually, you got the only Chris that can actually see this close. Yeah, I am here at Disney. Oh, people can hear Dapper dance. That would be Dapper Vanta Crew. Absolutely, they are right over there in front of the firehouse. Let me switch back to the rear camera. Yeah, they're over here in front of the firehouse singing. They've been doing it for the last few minutes. But I hope, thank you, Haley. Hope everybody's having a wonderful evening. It is actually fairly cold here tonight, colder than I thought it was going to be. I don't know what the temperature is. It's got to be at least in the 50s. I am wearing my traditional hoodie, but it is a little cold, so once we get moving, I think I'll be fine. But yeah, I have a little bit of a plan tonight. I spent a little bit of time today trying to put something together so it's not just walking around. What I was hoping for was that the park wasn't going to be very busy. I did leave and head over here a little bit earlier, and I thought everything was going to be great. It didn't look too busy. Security wasn't a big deal. I thought everything was good. However, it is very, very busy. But hopefully a lot of 53 degrees, says Gail. Hopefully things will thin out so we can get on a few rides tonight as well. But I thought I would actually do a little bit of history stuff, a little bit of unique stuff that some of you may be aware, some of you may not be aware. This won't be like a past and present. It's more of some unique facts or historical items about Disney. Not a ton, 6 or 7 that we'll go over tonight. And they're actually going to start, there's a bunch of them that actually take place right here in Main Street. And we might actually even start with a little bit of a doozy. We'll walk, actually let me see who's all here because I'm blowing everybody up. So Vincent Familia, welcome. Gail, Kathy, thank you for joining us. Mr. Lopez, thank you. CJL, Dapper Vanta Crew, Haley Baca. What else we got here? We have Marina is on the stream, by the way, with the B intro. Oh, look at that. Marina's already mocking me. Are we getting on a ride? I think we're going to try to get on a ride. We have to walk over and see what's available. Let me just say hi to a few more people. We have Elaine. KK is here. There's quite a few people here. Thank you guys for joining me. And you guys are used to having Marina. Melissa Mouse Harris. Oh, what does it say here? What did she say? She said, do you know how tall the castle is? I do not off the top of my head, but it is not the tallest structure in the park. I believe that belongs to the Matterhorn. A lot of the other buildings that look like they might be a little bit taller are just drawn that way. Hello, Mr. Vargas. Big Chris, hi. Thank you very much. Rachel, welcome. All right, let's start over the doozy over here. So you guys are all familiar with Main Street. This is the pinnacle. This is the first thing you see when you get inside the park. It has the shopping. It has some food. It has definitely the merchandise that Marina loves. But it's just a great little place to come here. But I don't know if you guys remember, back in 2004, we had the Athens Olympic Games that were taking place. And Disney absolutely wanted to do something very unique. Let me walk around this way so I don't bother the people taking photos. But they did something very, very unique here on Main Street that when I was talking to Marina about it, we were both very surprised at this, that they were able to accomplish this. But they wanted to celebrate swimming here in the park because we had the Olympics. Michael Phelps was part of it. So if you can imagine, I'm gonna have to remember how to do this in the app. But they built an Olympic-sized swimming pool right here in Main Street. Let me see if I can bring up a nice picture of it here. There you guys go. That is Main Street. They literally built an Olympic-sized swimming pool right here in Main Street. They had a bunch of Olympic athletes here, including Michael Phelps. They did practices. They did a little competition. I think I have another one too. Let me see here. I gotta remember how to get rid of this photo now. Let's see here. How do I get rid of the photo? I made it full screen. Oh, I think it's gonna be Maybe if I try swiping in another one here. I'm going to need your help, Maria, on how to get rid of it. There's an aerial view of it, but this is a full-size swimming pool sitting here on Main Street. This is one of those things that I think it happened probably when a lot of us were around and we knew that we'd come to Disneyland, but this is one that, to be honest, slipped through my memory that it took place. But this was absolutely crazy. How do I get rid of this? Marina, how do I get rid of this thing here? You shrink with your fingers. That's what I'm trying to do, and I can assure you it is not working. I am seriously, it is not working here. There we go. Actually, there's a different way. I did try that, but I found another way actually. So I swiped in from the side, which is not important. But that's one of the cool things that we talk about. We'll come back to Main Street here in a little bit to do something else, but let's go walk around a little bit. You guys can get an idea of how busy the park is. Because when I was checking earlier, I walked by the Haunted Mansion, and it was a cool 50 minutes long. Thank you, Melissa. I am the B team here. Let me break out the app and see what we have going on from a time schedule and see if we can get on a ride. Robert's asking Marina how she's doing. Marina's in heaven right now, spending time with a little grandbaby. She keeps sending me pictures, making me very, very jealous. So Haunted Mansion's not bad. So things looks like they're slowing down a little bit. I think people are getting tired. I'm enjoying the walk across. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate that. You can tell her, Christopher, she is actually on the stream right now. She is on the stream, paying attention whenever you see a message pop up from the Walker Chronicles. That is Marina, live. I don't know if she has the baby with her right now or not, or the grandbaby. There she goes. Memberversaries, thank you. Marina will be back soon, so we will be back in the park together at some point. We do have an event this Saturday to go to. I don't know if we'll be live streaming or not, but maybe, probably definitely do a video, maybe do a live stream. And then we are working on some new videos. Marina's helping me out with a video I've wanted to do that we will post in the near future as well, but I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. It's bad because I have to wear the glasses to read the screen. Did I have any coffee tonight? I did not have any coffee, but I did have a Diet Coke. Prior to the stream starting, I went over to Red Rose Tavern, had a pepperoni flatbread and a Diet Coke. Maybe a reference to the fact that I'm talking very fast, because that is what I do. Let's see here. Yeah, it's actually thinning out. Maybe pretty good. Maybe it was just bad. Maybe it was just bad. We'll see here. We still have Jolly Holidays closed being updated. A lot of these attractions and locations are being done up right now because they're getting them all pristine for the 70th, which will happen later this year. Here's the man himself with the mouse that started it all. Marina caught a cold, not from me. I think she got it from that baby. You guys know how dirty babies can be. I'm kidding, of course. Let's go through the castle and into Fantasyland and see if we can find anything. We will be coming back and talking about this castle in a little bit as well. I don't want to blow all the little factoids that I have, but I will come back and talk about this here in a little bit. I figured we'd break it up and try to get on a couple rides tonight.
Not your fault. You're friending me, I hit you.
Is a car? Yeah, that's funny. Marina just said, is a car going to pop out? If you guys remember, they had the, I can't remember what the name of the celebration was, but they had a white giant car that would come up out of the center area there. A big wheel, like a roulette wheel, and you could win a car. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was the year of celebration or the year of something. So Kathy's going to be back down here on February 28th. We got to see Kathy and her family not too long ago when they came back down here. Let's see here. We got Snow White. Yes, look at these lines. Like Snow White line goes all the way to the street here, or to the main walkway. Peter Pan, of course, is always busy. Even though it only says 30 minutes, but the other rides seem to be abnormally long. Well, thank you, Leslie. We're going to do, we actually have a couple more that we had planned, and then something got in the way for our past and present. But I have just been loading up on facts and little historical items that we're putting together. So we'll be doing more of those here in the near future. See, even Mr. Toad is loaded all the way back out here. Sir Salty Stream, yes. I have now been nicknamed Mr. Salty. So yeah, all these rides are really, really long, and I don't want to carry through everybody here if they, you know, to sit in a line for 30 minutes or 40 minutes. So maybe we'll do something a little different here. Yep, he's serious. I just saw your text, Marina. Let's see here. Let's see, where am I at here? We will go. Actually, we're going to turn around, head to another area because it'll lead into one of my other little, snippets. And I thought of this question. You know, a lot of times people, when they present like a fact, or they're here and they're talking about Disneyland, they always present it in a certain way. And I tried to look at different ways to approach these things. So we will see if you guys enjoy some of this or not. But I got to walk on over to that area before we can talk about it. I just looked at my list and realized that I was going the wrong way. But you guys can see how busy it is here tonight. I mean, even the Teacups has a line that goes all the way out into the main walkway area. Let's see here. Trying to navigate, not kick any children, while still trying to get to where I need to go.
Yeah, it's that way.
We're going to walk around to the other side of the Matterhorn, and we will talk about our number 2, at least the second little factoid that I thought was interesting that you may or may not know. And no, it's not going to be the 3 fences, one of my personal favorites of the park, but I think it's covered up right now for one of the Sweethearts Night displays. So I won't bore with that, guys. But look at the Matterhorn. The Matterhorn line is insane. Here, we're almost there. All right, let's see here. I know. I'm with you, Nola. I do not get on the Matterhorn. It's just too dangerous. Well, I will hurt myself. I will get hurt by the ride, so I'm not going to go on. All right, let's go to this beautiful, beautiful view right here. Over here. One of my favorite places in the entire park, especially at night. But let's talk about, we've heard a lot of people talk about what are the opening day attractions. What was the first to open? You know, there were 33 of them when they first opened up. But one of the things I was thinking about, so what was the first attraction that ever closed at Disneyland? What attraction opened up on opening day and then disappeared? If you know, let me know. If not, I will share what a picture of what it is. But I will tell you the ride lasted here in the park. It not only started with a name, it changed its name and closed completely within 6 months of its opening date. See if anybody has any ideas in there. Hello, Miss Meow Meow from Scotland. Hello, Jay Booker. Let's see here. I'm not seeing anything coming in yet from anybody. But I will now let's see if I can bring over I'm going to give you guys a visual here. The mule train? Nope. Carousel of Progress People Mover? Nope, says Mackenzie Kate. We'll bring it on over here. Let me see if I can do that. It would be this. So where we're standing right now is I'll be looking at the submarine ride. When the park first opened, this area contained a ride called the Tomorrowland boats. These are not the motor boats that were over at the other area to our left. These were the Tomorrowland boats. These were similar to Autopia, but for boats people. The problem is that the boats kept breaking down. And whenever a boat broke down, cast members had to come out in another boat and pull them back. It just wasn't really reliable, so people stopped going on it pretty quickly. Disney tried revamping the boats. They tried making sure they'd be more reliable and renamed them the Phantom boats. And we're talking from July of 1955. We're now, before we get to 1956, nobody's still going on it. They're still having the problems. And in January of 1956, 6 months after the park opened up, this attraction was killed. And it was removed until the submarine ride appeared here. Now we do know we had the motorboats that appeared over to our left-hand side, which is another boat attraction. But the Tomorrowland boats was the very first attraction to ever close here at Disneyland, and it closed in a record amount of time. So I thought that was a very cool story. Hopefully you guys did. What is the only snack? What is the only snack that was available the first day, and there's a memory of it by the exit of the Mad Hatter store? I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm assuming it was popcorn, or if you're talking about it would be the peanuts. And if we're talking about the peanuts, they were here on opening day and then shut down pretty quick afterwards because people were throwing the shells on the ground, and Mr. Disney did not like that one bit. So I'm going to say the peanuts. And Brady just blurted that out as well. But once again, a very cool little story about that. I'm seeing peanuts come. It's never heard of those boats. Yes, Andrew, if you type in Tomorrowland boats, you will actually see some stuff pop up on those. Let's see here. Let's go over to Tomorrowland. And I'm going to look at where our next location is, even if we're not going to head there right now, but at least I can be headed in the right direction. You know what? We're going to head over towards the Haunted Mansion. And not, well, I do have a Haunted Mansion store, but that's not what I'm going over there for. I want to go take a look at Ray's Berets and see if they have swapped out the Christmas glass jar with anything for Valentine's Day. I think we showed that to you guys when the first store opened up, and it had the little Haunted Mansion little set built into one of the jars. And then a couple of months later, once we got to Christmas, they replaced it with a Christmas theme. And I was told by one of the leads over there that they would probably be changing that towards every holiday. So I don't know if that means they're going to change it out for this holiday or not, but we will find out. I don't blurt. Well, you kind of blurted. I live with you, Marina. You do blurt. Every once in a while you blurt. Let's see here. Aloha, Secret Avenger. Thank you for joining us. We're doing a little walking and talking around Disney tonight and throwing out a few little random odd facts about the park that not everybody may know. As you guys know, I do love all the little historical stuff of how much this park has changed and how much didn't change. I'm actually reading a book right now. We'll share the details in another upcoming video about a lot of these about a lot of these things. So, yeah. Let's see if we can get on over to Frontierland. Oh, I need to hit the like button. Oh, thank you, Nola. I don't know if some of you may not have watched the one of the past and present videos, but the big giant whale here, Monstro, had much of a facelift over the years, because if you compare to what he used to look like when the park opened up, quite a bit different. Quite a bit different. He looked a lot more menacing, had very big gums. So he's changed a lot, though. I think made him a little less scary, like they're doing to other things in the park. So, alrighty, we are back making our way through Fantasyland. Trying to cut through all the people. I don't know. I'll tell you, I try to be. I'm probably an incredibly nice guy, but when I see two people with double long strollers parked sideways in the middle of a walking aisle, I just have to say, why? What isn't computing right now? Hello, Frankie's bride. Thank you for joining us this evening. We're not going to go too long tonight, guys, either. It is a school night for me. And we all know I need my beauty rest. I'll tell you guys, before Marina went on, took her trip right now, we were going through a whole bunch of stuff in the garage, and we have so many excess Disney things that we had for giveaways that we will be giving away over the course of the next while as well, so stay tuned for some of that. Surely, well, A, because we want to, and B, because we just have too much stuff. Nobody's going to say, Mr. Salty makes an appearance this time. Yes, he does. That was a little salty experience. I just kind of live by a pretty simple rule, especially when in places like this. Just be nice and considerate. If everybody's nice and considerate, everything works out just fine. Everything does. All right. Making our way into Frontierland. Good evening, April. I need my rest in here, Chris. What did you say? I need my reset to Chris, but I hear you. Yeah, I know. She's got the salt shakers out. I don't know where these salt shaker emojis came from. I hope you guys enjoyed our last live stream when we were here for Sweethearts Night. I will tell you, even though I'm Mr. Salty when it comes to Disney a lot, I was very open that night that I told you that this Sweethearts Night was far and above the best Sweethearts Night we've ever been to. I felt like it was totally worth the price, especially with the new, the Royal Ball over at the Fantasyland Theater. I thought that was amazing. I mean, for them, the fact that they probably had 25 to 30 paid cast members or actors and dancers up on a stage for an After Dark event, that meant a lot. That means they actually decided to spend money on an After Dark event rather than doing the same old thing. So I was pretty happy. Pretty happy with that event. Hope you guys enjoyed it. April, we are headed over towards New Orleans Square. We're going to go inside Ray's Braids to see if the jar that they keep inside the store has been updated for anything for Valentine's Day. Or is it still Christmas? Then we'll probably make our way back over here. I have a little tidbit about the rivers of America and Tom Sawyer's Island that I think some of you may or may not know about. It just this park isn't very big, but it seems to take a long time to get places. But it's crazy, when I was doing a lot of reading, to think that Disneyland, when it first opened up, was built for $17 million. Now your basic ride costs more than that. A lot more than that. So things have definitely changed.
I'm fine.
You're good.
You probably have your own car, right?
Alrighty. Alright. Trying to navigate through everybody. There we go. Alright. Let's see here. We're making our way. We are in front of the Golden Horseshoe right now, which for Sweethearts Night, they brought back the original live stage show for that one night, or for all the Sweethearts Night, which was a big surprise. I believe that show is running there for a long, long time. You need a what? A fireball and rum chata. So Marina's been on a little bit of a bourbon kick recently. She's gotten to like watching one of these bourbon hunter guys, who's actually very entertaining. And she's all about the bourbon these days. Let's see here. All right. There we go. I mean, look at the Pirates. Pirates doesn't have a time, but you can see the line of people outside, the line of people for the lightning lane. Let's see, we're going to go up and over, because it looks like it might be a little better. Let's see here. She's a whiskey chick. That's what I'm sure. I'm not sure if you're a whiskey chick or you're a bourbon chick. That's going to be a question. We're going to have to try some straight up. And Fireball doesn't count, baby. Flavored with cinnamon or honey kind of disqualifies it. We're talking sipping bourbon or sipping whiskey. You go into the Super Bowl, you guys. Let's see. All right. Take a peek at what the line is like for Haunted Mansion. Wouldn't mind going on it. And if I do, you guys should all break out your salt shakers all at the right time and shake. So I don't know if that's probably is 40 minutes, but who knows. Alrighty. But we have a bunch of little tidbits about this area here. We'll go over to Ray's Braes and come back over here. Talk about the Haunted Mansion. Talk a little bit about Rivers of America as well. The Marina's favorite store. Just kidding. I am not a fan. It's the world's tiniest big store. Somehow it's an optical illusion. The store looks like it's about twice the size of it is once you walk inside. Let's see here. Yeah, we have a lot of things over here. I just was going through that list in my head, Marina. We have a lot about this ride too. Some of the little tidbit about here. I will tell you, I love that scene over there of the submarine rides at night. I think how beautiful it looks, and this looks pretty darn amazing. I just wish you could see more down. Right now we're getting this view. I want to be able to see down into it. And I don't know that there's a great view from it, except for maybe from the Mark Twain, but I do believe it is a beautiful ride. Happy Monday, Paul. see here. So we're gonna try. That would be a good view. I think. I don't know. Maybe it'll be open. We can get on, but I don't know if it's. I don't know if I've seen it running today or not. It probably is though. All right, raise the berets. We have made it. Go inside and check it out. Looks like Splash is down right now because they are being held out of there. We'll check it out when we come back out. So if you guys are not familiar, inside here they have all these glass jars with all these little scenes, these little dioramas put inside of them. And this one up here, oh, it's still showing Christmas.
Just learned about penetrating the...
Okay, no, you're good.
So it is still showing Christmas. It's not showing anything new. And the question about allergies, yes, it is allergies. And also when it's cold outside, my nose gets a little runny. That's why I sound a little bit that way. I'm trying to avoid it, but it's not easy. But you can see Tiana's is closed. It is shut down. Chris needs some too. Yeah, he does. Daddy, I'm going to put this down real quick for 1 second. Turn away from the camera and take care of that. There we go. And I just saw the Mark Twain is running, so maybe if we get through all our facts and the ride lines are too long, maybe we'll jump on the Mark Twain before it closes for the evening. But there's not much else back here that relates to some of the stuff I want to talk about. But we'll go back out to the Haunted Mansion. And this is maybe not too obscure of a fact about it, but it is interesting, at least to me it is. And to me it's more interesting to figure out what the reason was. And we'll talk about that here in just a minute. Let's see here. I know I used a Haunted Mansion image for the thumbnail for tonight. It was because I came here last Friday night and it was insanely busy. It was crazy busy here last Friday night. Just insane, actually. I mean, it took almost over an hour once I got to the front of the parking lot to get to the park entrance. Tram lines, security lines. It was just bonkers. I guess it's just becoming kind of the standard here, which is why Marina always says, rope drop, rope drop, rope drop. It is the best way to get the most out of a day here at Disneyland. All right, let's come over and find a good shot of the mansion here. We'll talk about our next little factoid. Let's see here. So, let's see. So let me get a little over here further, away from the tree. I guess the nice part about that new queue is it keeps everybody from gathering up right over here. Too far. Sorry, guys. We'll do it right here. Okay, so we have the Haunted Mansions everybody loves. I love this ride too. But, and everybody knows, well, not everybody knows, but this ride opened to the public as an operating ride in 1969. So the park had been open for 14 years, and the ride opened up that year of 1969. The odd part is that this building here, the actual mansion portion, was completed in 1963. So 6 years before the ride actually opened up. And this is where the part I'm trying to figure out what's interesting. They said because Disney was working on other projects, including the World's Fair, but 6 years? That sounds like a lot for it to be 6 years. And I didn't know, was it because of a cash flow issue? Was it because of discrepancies of what it should be? Because if you're not aware, the ride originally was supposed to be just a walkthrough ride. It's supposed to be 2 duplicate show buildings, a walkthrough, and not the Doom Buggy as we know it right now. Let me show you what sat here for 6 years. I have a photo. Let's see if I can find it here. At least I think I have one. Oh, come on. Don't tell me I don't have it. Let me see if I missed it somehow. But I don't think I did. No, if I did, I probably have it on my other phone I can show you. And of course it's not there, and I even counted them. Alright, let's see here. Alright. Well, I don't have it on there for some reason, even though I could have sworn I saw it earlier. But I'm sure I have it on my phone here, and I'll show it to you guys that way. Let's see here, find a point for me to put this down so you guys can see it. Alright, so I'm looking for a good place to set this. Alright guys, so this, sorry for this, I should have been, but this is the way the Haunted Mansion sat from 1963 to 1969. The front gates were closed, the building looked pretty much exactly as it does right now, except for the new extended queue. And there was a sign on the front, and the sign on the front of the building basically was asking, like they were hiring. They were looking for more ghosts, people that could come work inside the Haunted Mansion. And it actually was not open. So I just always wondered why. I mean, you hear different stories of why it's sat empty for so long. But with a ride that's become so iconic and so popular here at the park, it's weird to think that this building or this attraction stayed closed for 6 years even though it was sitting here. My guess is that they probably kept making a bunch of changes of what they wanted it to be, because it started off as Ken Anderson at Imagineer, then it moved to Raleigh Crump, and a lot of other engineers, so I think that's probably what it is. Yep, they just needed more ghosts, but that is what the sign says. I'll find a good picture of the sign somewhere and show that to you guys on another video or something, but yeah, interesting. And, actually, did I even see the picture of that one on here? Because our next one, and I really hope that's going to be here, is going to be right across the way over here to the Rivers of America. And the reason that they stopped doing what I'm about to show you is just as fascinating as the fact that they thought this was a good idea to begin with. Let's see, we'll get on over to the edge over here so we get a better view. Let's see here. Alrighty. Maybe they realized it was haunted, had to make sure it wasn't for that. Could be it. They could have turned into a gift shop for season. I'm surprised they didn't turn into a gift shop, Marina. All right, so we're over here at the Rivers of America. You see Tom Sawyer's Island there. Obviously, there's no rafts running right now. The rafts are over here. But when the park opened up, Walt Disney was a huge fisherman. And you could go fishing here in the park. You could go fishing on Tom Sawyer's Island or in one of the piers over here, the little docks they had. And you would catch catfish. They stocked the Rivers of America with live catfish. You were supposed to catch them and you were supposed to release them. The problem is people were not releasing them, and cast members kept finding smelly, rotting fish in bushes all over the park as people were taking with them. When they start to smell, they would just throw them away. I don't know why they didn't throw them in a trash can. Maybe they want to be visible. Well, let me see if I could actually find a picture of the people fishing. If I don't have this one, I'll be very, oh, here we go. I'll be very upset. So here's a picture of Walt sitting on a dock here at the Rivers of America, and he's fishing. But this is something guests could come here and do, is fish inside Disneyland at the Rivers of America. And a lot of these things I bring up, if you guys want to see additional photos of what's going on here. Oh, what is going on here? They are, let's see here. They are testing water. Is it getting time? Not even close. You can see they're testing. I mean, we're not getting Phantasmic, I don't think, on a Monday night. But they're clearly testing something here. Huh. Sounds like a fun sign replica. Yeah, that sign, I don't think I've ever seen it replicated. I've seen lots of pictures of it. And I saw actually somebody selling the actual sign. It sold for, you know, tens of thousands of dollars on a Van Eaton auction. But it would be. But there's so much text. There's a crazy, crazy amount of text that was on that sign. But the fact that you can go fishing here, I thought was just absolutely fascinating. So, yeah, they would never be able to do that again here. They would never be able to do that again. And there were lots of different photos. If you type any of these things in, you know, fishing at Disneyland, you'll find lots of different photos of folks here fishing. I couldn't find any photos of, you know, fish laying at their places, but as you can imagine, once they had smelling fish laying around the park, they stopped the practice altogether. Let's see what else is that dress. I cannot even imagine trying to navigate. This is true. This is true. People used to dress up quite a bit for coming to Disneyland. Let's see here. God, there's so many things happening right here. So now we're going to walk ourselves back over to Tiana's because they're all kind of crammed in one area. But I'm hoping, if you guys have questions or comments, I'll make sure I try to read them. It's hard for me to walk and read at the same time because I can't walk with my glasses on and I can't read with them off. So let's see here. I kind of got them halfway down my nose right now, so I'm looking around. We'll just peek over the edge here. And it's so funny, some of the history of Tiana's, or its prior name, obviously Splash Mountain. Because even that was not the original name for this ride. And when you find out why they changed the name, it's even kind of crazier. Now, I couldn't find any pictures of it with this old name. But I did verify the what I'm about to tell you was in fact true. All right, let's see here. Let's see if I can trying to get over here so I get a good view of it. Oh. There's a lot of people walking through here. All right. So we all know and love this ride. Actually, I actually have become a fan of Tiana's Bayou Adventure. It actually turned out really well, I think, even though I was not happy about the fact that it was going away. But prior to it being Tiana's, of course, it was Splash Mountain. And I think everybody just assumed it was Splash Mountain based on Song of the South, but the splash part. So the original name for this ride was not Splash Mountain. I want to make sure I get this correct, but the original name for this ride was going to be called Zippity River Run, as a little play on Zippity Doo-Dah, but it was going to be called Zippity River Run. And Michael Eisner at the time, who was the chairman of the Walt Disney Company, they had just launched the movie Splash with, I think it was Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah, about the mermaid, and wanted some kind of tie into that. So they ended up changing the name to Splash Mountain because of the movie Splash. Now, I read this in a few different places, so I think that it actually is true, and that kind of makes sense. But that's why they ended up changing it from Zippity River Run to Splash Mountain. And now it is Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which is currently broken down. It's too cold to ride anyway, as far as I'm concerned. But, yeah, where are we going to head to next? Let's walk back over, see if there's any, let's go see if the riverboat, the Mark Twain, is coming over, and maybe we can get that good view. Hello, Dee. How are you? Thank you for joining us, or joining me in person. Marina remote. She's remotely working tonight. Let's see if we can get on this thing. It's probably pretty close to it coming back right now. Just hope it doesn't have a big line like everything else does here right now. We'll take the low road down. Yeah, the Zippity River Run, I kind of understand. I mean, I understand the tie-in, obviously, with Zippity Doo-Dah. But yeah, and Splash Mountain is just the name I've always known it as, so anything different than that sounds a little bit odd. And nostalgia means a lot to people, but if it would have called Zippity River Run from day one, probably would have been okay with it. I think people would have just known it as that. It doesn't roll off the tongue as easy as Splash Mountain. And it would come enjoy the new Zippity River Run ride. Yeah, it would be a little odd. So the Mark Twain is at the dock, so I don't know that we're going to make it. We are now speed walking I don't know if people are boarding or exiting. If they're exiting, still might be okay. Let's see here. Let's see here. Alrighty here. Let's see. With my luck, it'll be done for the night. Let's go. Oh. We're bobbing and weaving, everybody. Now there's people on that boat. Are we gonna make it? Are we gonna make it? Am I gonna have to leap across some drawbridge? Just making it in the nick of time. We will see. Let's see here. Everybody's trying to stop me. I think I'm probably just going to miss it. We'll see. It's still open. It's still open. Let me see if I'm okay. I'm okay? Perfect. Yes, we are good, everybody. You got it. Thank you. Alrighty. We don't ride this ride enough, sweetie. Excuse me. It's okay. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut, baby. Don't worry.
Secure all cargo.
Oh, perfect timing.
All
Oh, it's really wet up here.
I guess we'll be.
Alright, well, I'll have to hold you guys up. I'm just working.
Cast off
Run, Forrest, run.
Engine room. Ahead 1/4. Engine room. Ahead 3/4. Legsman. Sound off. Bottom off. Bob 1.
That's the leadsman calling out the depth markings so we can avoid running aground.
Mark Twain.
Mark Twain is not just the name of a riverboat or a great American author. It also means the water here is 2 fathoms deep. That means it's safe enough for us to proceed on our steam-powered journey along the rivers of America.
Here we go.
On our trip, we'll visit the magnificent Columbia of the Great Northwest, the graceful Missouri of the windswept plains, and the rugged Rio Grande along the border of Texas and Mexico.
I've
I'll
never
be
been
sure
up
to
there,
point out
but
interesting
Marina
sights
has, of
along the
course.
way,
She does
and
all the fun
even
things
tell
without her
you about a
husband.
legend or two. We begin our trip right here on the mighty Mississippi, heading south and ending up down in New Orleans.
In the South Lane, there's a city way down on the river, where the women are very pretty and all the men deliver. They got music, it's always playing, start in the daytime, go all through the night. When you hear that music playing, hear what I'm saying, it makes you feel alright. Grab somebody, come on down.
You wish I was putting on a plaid vest. I'll wear a plaid long sleeve shirt. We've got plenty of those.
Down in New Orleans.
New Orleans is rich in history, music, good food, and ghost stories. One of those stories involves the old mansion you see over there on the
Yeah, I
hill.
guess red and
I've heard
red
it
and
said
blue.
that the place is haunted, filled with 999 ghosts, ghouls, and goblins. and they're looking for one more to make it an even 1,000. If you're brave enough, you should see for yourself after we arrive back at the landing in Frontierland.
Better view of down at Tiana's Bayou.
We're now passing Fowler's Harbor. This is homeport for the three-masted windjammer, the Columbia, the first American ship to circumnavigate the globe. The Columbia set sail from Boston Harbor in 1787. She rounded Cape Horn and became the first American ship to carry the Stars and Stripes around the world. The most famous landmark in this area is Tiana's Foods, built on an old salt dome and home to Tiana's Bayou Adventure. From here, you might spot guests making quite a splash at Princess Tiana's party.
Good.
Head on over when you get the chance. You're almost there.
I remember Daddy told me fairy tales can come true. You gotta make them happen. All depends on
That would make a really good photo. Come at night and film it from that area. Have to remember that, Marina. Take a photo of Tiana's between those trees from this floor during the nighttime.
Boys, I'm coming through and I'm almost there. People don't come here from everywhere, and I'm almost there.
While you're in
Walk to the
Bayou
other
country,
side.
you might want to grab a paddle and try your hand at the Explorer canoes. You can work up a real good sweat rowing one of those around the river. Me, I'll take the comfort of the Mark Twain riverboat any day.
Oh, so what happened on the island? That was the island portion. Marina was they used to be able to go fishing from Tom Sawyer's Island, as well as from a dock on the rivers of America. So it was a combined experience on that one. Nothing separate. I like that Hunger Bears changed into a barbecue place. I mean, it's not the best barbecue in the world, but I'll tell you, it's not the worst. I just kind of hit or miss a little bit, but I'll tell you, those French fries that made you forget the fact that they took off the onion rings.
Never get tired of taking the breathtaking beauty of the Columbia River. The trees, the stunning foliage, the cascading waterfall.
What other thing, Marina? I don't know what you're talking about, the other thing on the island.
And elk along the banks. It's all so magnificent. And so
Did I tell you something else is on the island? I don't think so. I remember what you're talking about. That is part of another discussion. That'll be part of later on. It'll be a little bit of a trivia question about that other part. I gotcha. I will do that when we get off the ride. We'll talk about that one.
off to the side of the river is Indeed. And I do believe it's giving us a sign of peace. That means we're all clear as we head up the Missouri River.
I will tell you that. Sorry, Marina, this is a little more salty, Chris. It's just when I keep reading these books about the creation of Disneyland and the philosophies and the reasons, when you come here and you're on this and you're looking at the frontier and you're seeing the Native Americans, and then you see Batu Spaceland in the background, you're like, okay, that goes against everything in the world that was originally there. Oh, Michelle. I didn't fall off a bridge. I fell on a bridge. And that was in another country. But yes, the Barrel Bridge. One of the funniest things Marina, I think, ever saw was me slipping. Yeah, there goes Marina laughing.
To take a hollowed out
So you guys know the Barrel Bridge they have on Tom Sawyer's Island. So was it in Paris, Marina? I think it was at Disneyland Paris.
It's a legend, the Lakota.
We were on theirs.
Generations and generations.
So sorry, I'm trying to navigate again to get out to the front again. Look, this is where Constance stores her hatchet.
And there, just beyond the shelter, is a tribe of Plains Indians.
All right, here we
setting
go.
up their camp along the banks of
So
the
I'm on
river.
that Barrel Bridge.
They'll be here for a few months.
We did not ride Haunted Mansion yet, Christian. We'll go take a look at this when we're off of this. But the problem is the line has been so long that I didn't
As
figure
we
people didn't
continue
want to wait
our
40
journey,
minutes in
keep a
line.
close eye on the riverbanks. There's a good chance we might catch a glimpse of
Marina
moose,
walks across the Barrel Bridge, and I walk across it afterwards, and I'm wearing Skechers slip-ons. And I slip on the bottom, and when I pop back up, I fell on my knees really hard. Yeah, both of my shoes. Marina turns around, I'm on the floor of the bridge, and both of my shoes are off. Thank goodness they were laying next to me, didn't fall in the water, but her initial reaction was just to laugh at me. But yeah, I actually really got hurt. And Marina's still laughing about it. It was in Paris. Oh. Who's up there? Who's up there? I don't know who's up there. But there's a bearded captain up here. Marina even has laughing and shoes.
Off the starboard side is
Very nice.
Pirate's Lair at Tom Sawyer Island. Young Tom always said he wanted to be a pirate, and I think I see why. If you're a pirate, you don't need to get up early in the morning and go to school.
Too funny,
You
sweetie.
never
Too
have to
funny.
wash your face and hands. All
Oh,
you have to do
she has socks.
is just look for treasure.
Yes, I was just wearing my
all day
socks
long.
after that, sweetie.
At least that's what Tom Sawyer thought.
Uh-oh.
We're now heading back into civilization along the Rio Grande. Off in the distance are the towering buttes of Big Thunder Mountain. Rumor has it that the railroad built to haul gold out of the mountain has been seized by supernatural forces, and they've turned the mining trains into the wildest ride in the wilderness. Of course, that may be just another legend of the river. Just ahead is the frontier land where our journey ends.
So the Big Thunder Mountain train ride is haunt, is what he just said. So I'm saying Supernatural stole all the gold.
At this time, we ask that you prepare to disembark. If you're on one of the upper decks, please make your way down to the first.
Good number of people out here waiting to get on.
Right side and the back of the boat, they offer the quickest and easiest ride. We hope you enjoyed your voyage with us.
No?
And that you'll
All
visit
right.
us again real soon.
Engine room.
Alrighty.
At 1/4 steam.
Start making our way back down.
And the bow line. All passengers, stand by to go ashore.
frightened me a little bit when I saw a life-size Winnie the Pooh behind me. I'm sure you guys caught that for a minute. Alright. Bourbon music. That's right, sweetie. I'm going to go home and have a Weller Antique 107 tonight, I think. Or maybe a Blanton's. We'll see.
Where are you going this way?
We'll see. Oh. They're not letting people off yet. Keep you guys up high. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to sit there either. Alrighty. We are off. So now we'll talk about Marina's comments about what else happened on the island. And this goes in reference to a certain happening. Let me get away from all these people. Maybe I'll even turn it to myself while I do this one with it in the background. Let's see here. Hello, Pam. I know Pooh scared me too. Yeah, I'll have to admit that was a little odd. Let me switch this around. Front. All right. So the question about Marina brought up the fact that what else happened on the island. So if you guys are going to go back since Disneyland has been open, the park is only shut down 4 times unplanned. So they weren't planning on closing because when the park first opened up, it wasn't open 7 days a week. But unplanned closures of Disneyland have happened 4 separate times since it opened up. And I don't know if anybody here can name what those 4 times are, but if you don't, one of those will be what Marina was talking about. So let's see here. Let's see if anybody comes in here. What reasons did Disneyland shut down 4 times unscheduled? I'll give it just a minute for people to come in. I gotta hold this pretty far out to get it wide. Marina says back up. Do you want me to back up or you want me to push the camera further out? Yeah, I was too close to it. But that's really far out. It's gonna hurt my arm. COVID. Good one, Gail. So yes, in 2020, Disneyland shut down for an extended period of time because of COVID. That was by far the most recent closure here at the park. We had the assassination of John F. Kennedy in 1963. On that day, we actually shut down. 9/11 by Haley and Nolet. That is correct. That is the 3rd time. And the 4th time was because, I forgot to look this up, but the fact is a bunch of yippies, and I'm assuming they mean hippies, took over Tom Sawyer's Island and outside of Tom Sawyer's Island in a protest. And they had to shut down the park to get rid of all these people that took over Tom Sawyer's Island. And that was the 4th time. That was the bro, I think? I don't know. The yippies. Yes, it's Pam. Let me switch you guys back. It's hard to hold this thing out that far. So you go back to rear. All right. So yes, there was 4 separate times the park was shut down. 9/11, the assassination of JFK, COVID, and the year the yippies took over. I don't know. I may have actually. Let me see what year that was. Because I don't think it was that far. It was 1970. So 1970. The year that Marina and I were both born, by the way, is when that happened. I did not do a bunch of research on that. But I know that it's true because I looked it up in multiple places. But yeah, for a park that stays open pretty much all the time. Now the park has closes early, often because of water. You know, the park has gotten much better over the years, but New Orleans Square used to flood a lot. I knew it would flood in They've resolved most of that. But even then, they wouldn't actually close the park. They would just close off that section of the park to make sure people come in. Because if this place isn't open, it's not making any money. Where other theme parks, it's very, you know, a lot of them are closed for Christmas, but not Disneyland. Sawyer stock is WTA 1970, the best year to be born at. That's right, Pam. That's right, Pam. All right, let's head back out to the castle, and we'll talk a little bit about the castle. I didn't have a photo to show those. I'll have to find those for another stream we do. I'll try to find some individual photos. I know there's some great photos of the floods of New Orleans Square too, because those were crazy. But Disney does pretty good with rain compared to most other theme parks. Let's see here. Alrighty. Let's head on over here. They've got, I don't know, is it just Mickey's Mixed Magic tonight? Is that what they're doing? Are they doing anything? I didn't bother checking, because I don't know that we'll be here that late. Well, let's see here. And they're doing something, because there is seating set up. I will check, though, to make sure we're not missing anything important, but I don't think we are. All right. So the thing about the castle, we all know this is Sleeping Beauty's castle, and that's officially what it is. But when the park was being designed, it was not known as Sleeping Beauty's castle. It was being built as Snow White's castle, because that was their most popular animated film, and the first, obviously, film they put out, full-length animated film was Snow White Castle. During the construction of the castle, Disney also happened to be working on the movie Sleeping Beauty, and the decision was made before the park opened up to change the name to Sleeping Beauty's Castle instead of Snow White Castle. So in all intents and purposes, this was designed to look like Snow White Castle. Marina's like, lies. They're not lies, sweetie. They're not lies. This one I double, triple, quadruple checked. Apparently it was in some DVC catalog as well that somebody had. But yeah, this was originally designed. I don't know if Snow White has a castle, but the Prince has a castle. But feel free, you guys can all fact check me. But this is what I looked up today, and looked up from multiple sources for this particular factoid about this castle. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. But if I am, I'm more than happy to correct myself. So, yeah. All right. Let's see here. We only have... Oh, we have a couple more. And these are going to take place mostly in Tomorrowland. And it's 3 quick ones. But I think they're interesting because, you know, when, here's a little one. And this one's not confirmed because I think there's 2 separate reasons. But a lot of people, you gotta know about Club 33, the private restaurant. Here, members only. When it was created, it was not created for guests. It was created for sponsorships, for partners of the park. And there's 2 different reasons people think the restaurant's called Club 33, or there's 3. Disneyland usually says it's because that's the physical address that they had to give for them to get an alcohol license. So they put 33 as the actual address of the building. It also happens when the park opened up, they had 33 rides in it. The other one was when they decided to announce Club 33 opening up, they actually had exactly 33 sponsors. And it was called Club 33, so every sponsor of the park had a private place to come to enjoy dinner. They go so far as there are websites that have lists of all 33 park sponsors and partners of the park to basis that one. So that's just one of them. The part that I'm getting to is they're over here in Tomorrowland. We might actually go find a place to sit down for this one so I can put the camera down and control bring out the pictures a little better. Is that there used to be some very obscure and random attractions / displays here in the park. You guys all remember Innoventions, and you had like SAP, which is a an ERP system for businesses that had displays here. Monsanto, the people who make weed killer that pollute all our foods, they were a sponsor here. Sorry, Marina, a little salty, but it's true. But there were some even more obscure ones. So let me, and I have photos to go along with this. Let's see here. There's plenty of seating over here. The Galactic Grill. See if we can find one away from everybody. Let's see. I'll do it over here because there's a little bit of light for me as well, if I want it showing me as well. We will go right here. Let's see if I can put this here. See if I can point the camera up at me a little bit. Oh, there we go. Take your bag off. Oh my God, you're making me sorry, sweetie. The good news is you're already sick, so I can't make you sick. I'm going to get these names correct for some of these. So they have these really short-lived, weird attractions. I wish Disney had DoorDash. I know, can you imagine? Could I get a Dole Whip and a pretzel? Let me slide on over. So the first one I'm going to show you is this one. So this was an attraction that was here in the park. And this actually was called the Aluminum Hall of Fame, sponsored by the aluminum industry. So this was a building, a display that was showing off things made out of aluminum, because I guess that was a big deal. Sorry, Michelle. Sorry, everybody. But yes, we have the Aluminum Hall of Fame as one of these. Let me shrink this down and get to go away. And then we have our next one, which is, where's the other one? This one's funny because it's in black and white. But this one is called the Dutch Boy Color Gallery. And this would be a place, you can see a little Dutch boy at the top of the building, but you would walk in and see discs of various colors throughout the entire room of just color. It was a whole display to show off Dutch boy paint and all the colors they could do. But it's funny, there had to be salespeople that worked for Disney that would go out and they would try to gather companies and convince companies that they should spend. I'm trying to get it to go away. There we go. Their job was to convince companies they needed to spend, like paint, like Dutch boy paint. They would have to convince companies to come in and spend, back at the time, it would be tens of thousands, so hundreds of thousands of dollars. To give you an idea, when the company I worked for, we had displays inside the Innovations building. We had a pretty good space called the Virtual Resort, but we're literally talking millions of dollars to build it, and then it was hundreds of thousands of dollars every single year to maintain it, because you have to pay for the staff that's in there, you have to pay for the upkeep, the maintenance. There's literally zero cost to Disney when you put up one of these displays. Excuse me. But that was one of them. So we have the Dutch Boy Color Gallery and the Aluminum Hall of Fame. And then this one, I don't even know how to describe this next one, but this one is actually called the Crane Company Bathroom of Tomorrow. And you have this wonderful picture of this company Crane. Well, let me slide it over here so it's, at least for me, it's let me move it over here and cover my face up. But over here, you have these women, has these giant valves sticking out of the ground, and this is to celebrate the bathroom of the future. Now there were a couple other pictures, but this is the one that was in color, that showed that you would come here to see how great your bathroom could be at home. But these are the types of things that Disney would have to do. Paint with lead. Oh, if you're talking about Dutch play, it probably had a lot of lead back then as well. But all these very, very, very weird displays. There were a lot more. I just figured to throw in 3 for this, and we'll add some more to another video. Sorry, everybody. I'm taking the time of having this covered to cough a little bit. All right. So there are some 3 unique little displays that are no longer here, but there was a lot of them. I mean, there were just a lot. There was a House of Fabrics that used to be here. You guys probably remember. And there were bigger sponsorships. You guys remember, like McDonald's had a 10-year release here where you could buy French fries over in Frontierland at a wagon, and you could buy them at Harbor Galley. You can get McDonald's French fries. And then, of course, we had Burger Invasion, a full, basically, McDonald's restaurant over at DCA. But I thought that was kind of an interesting thing when I was looking at unique places that used to be here. Of course, we had like the Brazier store that was on Main Street. But I'm trying to look at my list here to see what else I have here. So I only have 2 more, and they both take place on... there was a bra shop, yes ma'am. Absolutely was. There was a Brazier shop on Main Street. And one of the things that we are going to cover was another store that was on Main Street that was kind of unique and just kind of weird. I mean, weird, not even weird like aluminum, but just weird. And we'll go on over that way. But let me throw this back on and do my best to make sure that nobody gets sick or sicker. Yeah, cigarette and cigar shops. This place had it all going on. All right, I'm gonna balance this out, and then I'm gonna switch the camera to the front again. Snotty Chris. Oh, Marina, sorry. I said cough and you went to snot. What type of wife I have? Let's see here. All right, not a loungefly inside. I know. You figured there'd be like a loungefly store here. But, you know, Disneyland has gotten away from a lot of sponsorships. They don't do near as many. You still have some, Coca-Cola, but you don't have the big ones like FedEx and McDonald's and some of the really big sponsorships. Kodak was obviously a huge sponsor of the park for many, many years. Most everything has been taken in-house, and it's so bad that if you want your name even mentioned, if Disneyland uses one of your products, serious, salty, snotty, what else you got? Oh, I could bring up more. I'll punch myself in the nose and I'll be bleeding nose, Chris, just for you, sweetie. Whatever you want me to be. You forget the tart, the lemons. Come on now. Just because everybody's being mean to me, I'm not going to show you the live fruit tree in Tomorrowland. But if you have long enough arms, you can pick yourself a nice hunk of fruit and eat it in the park. It's in Tomorrowland. But people want to be salty, trying to keep us with the S theme. There you go. Night. There's no holiday going on. The holiday was last week. I just don't get it. But that is what we are. Let's see. Let's see here if we can make it around here. Alright. Imagine if they kept some of the original orange trees. Guess that free snacks. I know. Well, I think there is still one orange tree. That's what I'm talking about. The problem is it's in the dark. But if you go, and we'll have to show this in the next room. If you go all the way to the end of Tomorrowland, just to the right of the entrance to Space Mountain, or the exit, or the entrance to Space Mountain, up against the wall there is still one orange tree with oranges on it. You just have to look back towards the wall. And you can see anything that was within arm's reach has already been taken by guests. I was telling Maria when I was here, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, I saw some father put his son up on the railing to have him climb in there and grab one, which, nothing like teaching your kids the right things in life, but yeah, people do that. All right. Now, the thing I'm going to show you over here is I was hoping there were still remnants of it. There were 2 different stores that used to exist over here. One of them, or both of them, are gone now, and there is remnants of one still there, but not the main one I'm going to show you. But we'll make our way over this way. Let's see here. No Jolly Holiday. I know, D. Jolly Holiday is closed for refurbishment. That makes me sad when people do that. I know. You can call me angry white guy, whatever you want to call me. Angry old man. But people just don't know how to behave anymore. Like I say, be nice and be considerate, and the world will be a much better place. Let's see here. Let's see here. Hello, Bob. Little guy. Alright. Let's see here. We are going all the way over towards the Opera House. Let's see here. Oh, Mickey's over, going to block our way, I think, guys. I'll have to see if I can get Mickey to move out of the way for us. They had him over where Goofy is right now earlier. But let's see here. Oh, maybe we can get to the window just to the right of him. So we are heading right over here next to the Opera House. And there were two stores to the right of those. One of them being a Bank of America, which there is remnants of that Bank of America still here, which I can show you guys. And then I'll show you the actual photo from the area. So if we go to this window right here, and if we look in the window here, you can see that money bag there still says Bank of America on it. So that's a remnant, but right here where one of these windows was, let's see here. Let me slide on over here. Was this building right here. It was called the Town Square Realty Company. So this store was a little bit unique in the fact that it sold maps, not of Disneyland. Well, they did sell maps, but they also sold maps of California, and they sold maps of various places. But they also promoted, if you can see in the window there, or maybe it's hard to see there, they promoted the town of Apple Valley. If you guys are from Southern California, Apple Valley's kind of a desert community about 80 miles north of here, and they promoted it so much. They would give away little bags of dirt. I know it sounds really crazy, but little bags of dirt from there, and these little cool little pouches that you can see. So they would give out these. It's a grant deed from Town Square Realty at Disneyland, California. And this was full of dirt. And it was dirt from Apple Valley, and they would advertise parcels of land that you could buy there. But this store actually existed here for 5 or 6 years, to the early 1960s. And it was just this weird store that existed here at the park. I'm near Apple Valley. No apples, I know. But Apple Valley, yeah, so Apple Valley, I don't know if it was like their Chamber of Commerce that ran it or what it was, but they sold maps and they sold dirt. Well, they talked about Apple Valley, and they gave away little bags of dirt. You can find those little bags up on Van Eaton auctions every once on eBay. They sell for quite a bit, but apparently they were given away to people that came in and heard a little story about Apple Valley. So kind of a unique place. Did they sell maps like the Thomas Guide? That I don't know for sure if it was the Thomas Guide. I'm thinking that it might be. I don't remember when Thomas Guide came out. I was a huge Thomas Guide. Grew up with those little books looking at page 47, A7. It's like you're playing Battleship to get somewhere. But yeah, that was one of the odd things that used to be here on Main Street. I mean, there's some little stores that came and went. And Marina, during our next past and present, we'll try to look up some more stuff. I actually said we have a whole other one already done. We just have to get out here together and do it on a Saturday or Sunday morning. And I think the last one, the little tidbit that I have, is near here. One thing I think a lot of people may not remember, especially if there's any younger folk in here, when you walked out of this park and walked through those gates, you used to walk to a parking lot. There was just a parking lot there. You just walked out of the park into a parking lot. But in that parking lot, Disney wanted something unique. Disney was a huge fan of circuses. So during the first year of opening, there was this in the parking lot. There was the Mickey Mouse Club Circus that went on here for that 1 year only. It ran for that fall season of the opening year of Disneyland. And it was a circus tent that was outside that held traditional circus acts. It was a separate charge to get into, so you had to pay your $1 to get into Disneyland, or it was 50 cents for a non-reserved seat or $1 for a reserved seat at the circus. The problem is people didn't come all the way to Disneyland to go to a circus, something they were used to. They came to go to Disneyland, so people just didn't attend it. And the fact that they didn't attend it meant that it disappeared. So it was only here for that one fall season, and then it disappeared. I used to try to spot our car from the monitor. I know. I remember parking there. Thomas guy's been around since 1915. Tony with the knowledge there. Yeah, one of my jobs that I had, one of the jobs I had the longest forever and ever was I used to be a product specialist. I used to drive around all other Southern California, Arizona, and Nevada. And this was before things like GPS. So we ended up, what do you call it?
This way, or you have to go that way again?
Which an exit?
Yeah.
It's just, you can go around this way, and it's probably on the far left right now. But yeah. Yep. Sorry. CD will be your perfect tour guide. People are already asking me questions how to leave the park. I don't know why he would ask me, but that's fine. I'd like to help. But yeah, Thomas Guide. So I use those things all the time to get around. Most people, if you handed one to somebody today, would have no idea what to do. At the edge of each page, will do which page to go to continue that roadmap. Tons of fun. Jetta J says the monorail voice recording used to say, "See if you can find your car." No, I know. I loved it. I love that you used to be able to park there. But yeah, obviously they tore everything up to build more and expand and expand and expand, which I am glad they did. It's part of the process. You have to leave a certain time earlier to get to Disney before you know you're going to be in the park. But it's become part of the process of visiting this wonderful place. You have a friendly face, Chris. I do, D. You're absolutely right. And I'm a super nice guy. Salty sometimes, but to most people I'm super nice. Just be nice to me and I'll be super nice to you. But yeah, I don't know what else. Let me look at ride time, see if there's anything else. I remember when Thomas Guides went to a disc and we printed the picture. Oh, Michelle, I don't remember that. So one of the things, the company I worked for, this Japanese electronics company, we actually built the first navigation system for a car. So I was fortunate to have one of the very first ones where it was 3 separate pieces. A big box that held like a CD-ROM, then a big separate computer box, and then a screen that didn't mount on your dash. It like mounted to the floor and came up. Kind of crazy. All right, let me see here. Let me take a look at Disneyland, see what things look like, and we'll see if we're going to try to get on something, or maybe even call it a night. Jetta said Chris would have been an awesome plaid. Maybe. Chris, you didn't ask a question if you need a Diet Coke. I will need a Diet Coke, but I will get one from the parking structure on the way out here. No need for that, but thank you very much, Michelle. I very much appreciate the question. Big Thunder's 40, 35, 30, Haunted Mansion's still 40, Indiana Jones is 75, Matterhorn 55, Mickey and Minnie 70, Mickey and Minnie's Meet, Sparkle's Run. Yeah, everything is really long. Peter Pan 45, Pinocchio 30. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, it is just a crazy, crazy night. I think we're going to have to save... Hey! I think we're going to have to save one of the... save the ride, one of the ride days for Marina Come Summer. We can actually do... Tiana's a 15-minute... That's really funny, D. Thank you for that. You know what? I would go on that, but I promised Marina that I wouldn't go on it again until I could go on it with you. So I know how much you love Tiana's. She said we're going to do that, then we're going to get on Big Thunder, and then we're going to get on Space Mountain. One after the other, because you love those. Oh, Tiana's down already. Why are you checking Matterhorn? We all know that you're not doing. You're right. I'm not. I was just looking at times in general. It's just crazy. It is just a busy, busy night. What time is it? Like 8 o'clock on a Monday night. It's just busy. It's just busy, busy, busy. Melissa Mouse, have a good night. Night, Melissa. But I think we've been doing this for an hour and a half now, guys. I think I might actually call it. Get home, feed my puppies. Call my wife on the way home so she can tell me all the bad things I did tonight on the stream. I'm kidding, joking. But yeah, everybody, just figured I'd get in a quick little stream while Marina's out of town. I don't do these very often by myself, but I think tonight went okay. But we'll do one of these again coming up when Marina's back. We'll do it a little more professional now that Marina will be here with the right intro, less coughing and snottiness, as Marina said. Look, she's already laughing. Try DCA. We'll walk on out. I don't know that I do that. I can always go for an early night and get some sleep. And since Marina's gone, I got to do dishes. I don't want Marina to come home to a house that I've made all dirty. Oh, look at Jetta J's got a little hatchet. I agree, everybody. Let's see here. Show me that pool again. I will show the pool again. Hold on. Let me walk out here to the gate. And those of you that joined a lot later than the very beginning, one of the first things we showed us, one of the coolest things Disney has ever done that's unique, is that during it was 2004, to celebrate the Athens Olympics, Disney built a Olympic-sized swimming pool in the middle of Main Street. Let me bring that up here. So there it is. So this was built literally right there in the middle. A giant pool. I'll show you another photo that's a little closer too. But yeah, so Michael Phelps was here. Probably one of the Olympic athletes that was here. They did races in the park. They did exhibitions. There were full swim teams here. It was just absolutely crazy. Yeah, imagine if one of the sides would have collapsed and all that water went everywhere. Let me show you the other photo real quick. Here's more of another little video, or another view of it as well, just from the little podium. But tell me that's not insane that they built this right in the middle of Main Street. Just think about how much that would have cost. I don't even understand. That's absolutely amazing that they built that here. But this is the type of thing when, who else is ever going to say, hey, we're at a theme park. Hey, let's build an Olympic-sized swimming pool in the middle of our Main Street. I mean, just think about that. The planning that have to do. And they probably had like 2 weeks notice to get it done. But that is what makes Disneyland Disneyland. They can pull off things that seem, it was 2004. That's what they do. They pull off things that seem impossible. And that is what I still love about Disney. So when I see something that doesn't quite fit that bill, I get a little disappointed because I know they're capable of things like this. So, yeah, building goes, yeah, there might be a little bit of an issue with that as well, I'll tell you. But, yeah, let me walk on out here. I want to see those puppies. That would be fun. Let's see here. Let's walk on out. Night. Let's see here, everybody. All that water. I know. I mean, did they just pop open a fire hydrant and fill it up? Was it warmed? Was it cool? Who knows? I mean, did they regulate the temperature? Just think about if it was, I don't remember when it was. I just know it was in 2004. Hopefully it was in the summertime and the water was nice and warm. But yeah, absolutely insane. But all right, everybody, you can see people gathering right here to watch. I don't know what they're here for. The Mickey's Mixed Magic? They don't do fireworks. I'm confused. But then again, I don't know what I'm talking about at the time. They send all to ROA. Well, everybody, let me switch it back to the front of the camera and extend my arm out. So Marina can't tell me that I'm too close. But I want to thank everybody for joining me this evening. Yeah, it was a shorter stream, but still fun. Disneyland is getting a new president on February 7th. Yes, it is. And he came from the cruise lines. And the cruise lines are supposed to be absolutely amazing. So I'm hoping that he will be allowed to spend the way he sees fit, and he has great ideas to keep everybody amazed at coming to this park. But that's about it, everybody. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening, and we'll be posting some more stuff. Marina's going to be back here in a couple days. Like I said, we'll have something to go to this weekend. That one I'm sure will get posted. I don't know if it'll be a stream or a video, but we'll figure that out. But yeah, everybody, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and we will see you guys on the next one. Let me try to play this outro like Marina wants me to do. I'll probably play the wrong one, but let's try this.